So, right, my second data set is an avocado data set, analysis data set. It's a text and CSV file. So there it is, as you can see, profit avocado analysis spreadsheet. Let's load that. You can see it's a very simple spreadsheet with just 4 columns. I'm going to just click on edit. And one of the things I want to do is, just before I actually focus on this date field, is just to remind you very quickly. Remember, make sure you have good headers, ensure your columns are formatted. Look at your columns, see if you have error or blanks, and remove or replace them. Use currency, because we don't know if we are dealing in euro, wherever you've got money in columns, or people want to know what kind of currency was used. Also use formulas and measures and custom columns and calculated columns to enhance your visual and your report. With this particular data set, I'm going to be doing some calculations on date, month, year, quarter as I clean the data. We're going to create a sales quantity column using DAX. And I'm just going to explain and show and demonstrate to you the common DAX functions like average, count, sum. So yeah, let's go there. If you have a look at this date field, it's quite interesting because if we went to here, you can see we can create some new columns here, year, start, end of year. But look what happens. If I just click on this date field alone and I want to extract the year from it, you can see what happens. It actually replaces what I had in this column. And you can also see the formatting is poor, so it thinks it's a number. So the first thing I need to say to Power BI is this is a date field. And please create a new column. I don't want you to replace what I already have in my column. So when you make mistakes, if you have a look at the right-hand side, Power BI audits everything you do. So all you just need to do is delete your last step, so you have your data back again. And I think the first thing we want to do is let Power BI know that's a date. So remember to format and say, hang on, but that's a date. And now, instead of just going here and using this formula to say year, month, we will add a column. So you go to the Add Column tab, and there you have that same function again. So you can say, I want a year extracted from the date column. And you see it's done that by adding a new column. And you can highlight date again, and you can say, actually, I want the month as well. And you can see it has created another column with your month numbers. But you may say, hang on, I want to know the month names. So you can go here and you can say, I want to know the name of the month. And you can highlight the same date field and say, hang on, I want to know when sales was done in a particular quarter. And it's got inbuilt libraries that will extract the quarter for you. Isn't that amazing? You don't even need to memorize any calculations. And once we've finished, we just close and apply. And it loads our data straight into the model. So while it's doing that, I just want to go back again and just see we've already completed exercise 1 and it was so easy. Let's do exercise 2. Let's create a sales quantity column. And on my right hand side are all my data sets. So when I click on data, on my right hand side are all my data sets. We want to focus on the profit avocado. You can see now all my data and columns. Everything is beginning to look better, except the price is not formatted. Remember my rules. Use currency where possible. So make sure you highlight that column. And again, once you highlight it, go to the modeling tab and you can see this currency format. option, just go there and choose what you want. And I'm going to use pounds. And now I don't have a sales quantity and I need a sales quantity. So all I need to do is just create another new column. And in that column, I just need to do price times total volume. That will give me my sales quantity. And that is so straightforward. So you just, as you start typing away, already Power BI knows this is the field you want. And you can see, I just need to choose it. And I need to choose the multiply symbol. And then again, I want to use total. And Power BI already gives me a number of options. And there's my total volume. I click on that and I just say, okay, commit. You can see on my right hand side, I've already got the total sales quantity. And again, that column doesn't make sense, so I can just type in a more sensible header, which is total quantity. And once I'm finished, I just commit again, and you can see I've got a lovely column name. And that's it, as easy as ABC. But don't forget, again, to format with the right currency. So here I'm using euro. And already I have a very nice spreadsheet and I can begin to do some visualization. The last thing that I want to do is I just want to remove that column. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to use it. But in this particular case, we could just hide it so that people don't need to see it. So you can see it's now hidden. You can see on the right hand side, no one will see it. I know it's there. I might have a look at it later and see whether it makes sense or not. But in the meantime, just to be on the safe side, I've just hidden it. And then last of all, let's show you how the formulas work. So say, for example, I want to know the total sales quantity throughout my entire period of selling. I could add what we call a measure. And that's where measures are very useful. Measures are just about single values. You don't want a total column. You just want a total idea of what has been sold throughout the history of this product. And so you can just say new measure. And once you say new measure, you can start to use, let's go back to this diagram very quickly. This is where you can start to use the common DAX functions. You can say, I want to know the average of a column. I want to know the sum of a column. I want to know the count. Count the entire column for me. I want to know the maximum value of a column. And in this particular case, I just want to know the sum, the total sum of sales quantity for each day, for the whole period. And all I just need to do is type sum. And you see, it already tells me what it needs from me. It just needs the column name. And I'm just going to say, okay, that's fine. Let's find the column. And I want the sales quantity. And once I do that, it has given me my measure. And my measure, you can see, is here. Now, to show you how this measure works, let's just quickly go straight to a visualization, a blank page. And let's just choose a graph or so. Let's throw in a card and size it very well. And then we can look for our measure. That's the measure. Let's just put that there. You can see straight away it is calculated my entire sales for that period, 16.93 billion. So this is how you use measures, just to complement your visuals, to complement your graphs. And that brings me to the end of my session. Thank you.